3 of the Visionaries live here in the United States, and 1 still lives in
Yes.
Spain.
Yes.
And what kinds of lives do they lead? They're married, have children.
They are very, very good Catholics. I mean, and they're apostolic, but without people knowing it. They don't want people to know. I know that Conchita, when Mother Teresa was alive, she used to work in the soup kitchen, and Loli had belonged for a time to the Spanish Legion of Mary, and they started a vigil every Thursday to pray for priests in the church. Conchita had a holy hour group, and Jacinta had a group coming in her house every afternoon to pray the rosary. They didn't know who she was. And then Mary Cruz also belonged to a rosary prayer group. So they really and truly lead good lives. They try to. And they're suffering, whatever sufferings they have, they think, oh, everybody has suffering.
Do you keep in contact with them?
Yes.
Did you speak with any of them after the September 11th attacks? Because a lot of people thought that was the beginning of something, the beginning of the end, so to speak.
Well, I read something very interesting that, in fact, I may even publish it. I published a newspaper called The Vigil, by the way, the message of Garabandal. And in it, somebody was wrote and said, how can God allow such a thing like this to happen? He's supposed to be a loving God, a merciful God. In fact, you almost said something like that a few minutes ago. And the answer was, in fact, I think it was Billy Graham's daughter that gave the answer.
Right. I heard her.
Did you hear about this? Yeah, I mean, we kicked him out of the school, the home, and every place else, and so we want to do things on our own, so he's just turned his back on us.
And she said we have to look within our own churches and start renewing those. She did say that. I heard that.
Something like that. And I think that's the answer. You know, I was in Garabandal when that happened, because I spent 6 months there last year.
And what was the reaction?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, what was going on. And I was so hungry for news. They do have TV over there now, but I was so hungry for news, and every time a group came in, especially from the States, they were telling me that the churches in New York were packed during the week for daily Mass. You couldn't even get in. And I said, wow, I thought that was really terrific. Now I just spoke to someone. Oh, no, that's fallen off now.
Absolutely. We're almost out of time, but before we go, you had said you were going to make a point about the trees, the pine trees.
Yeah. You see, only these 9 trees managed to survive. And they're in pretty bad shape right now, too, because of the wind and lightning and whatnot. But what's interesting, too, is that the Blessed Mother asked for a small oratory to be built at the Pine Grove in honor of Michael the Archangel. And she not only appeared as Our Lady of Carmel, but she also appeared something like Our Lady of Perpetual Help and Queen of the Angels. And I think the angels figure a lot in this. And we know there are 9 choirs of angels, and there are 9 pine trees. That's what's there. When she appeared the first time, she appeared on July the 2nd, 1961, for the first time. Michael the Archangel was on one side of her, and another angel who looked exactly like him, they looked like twins, on the other side of her. So angels are very, very important in the Garabandal apparitions as well. She did appear, she was introduced as Our Lady of Carmel. She came with the brown scapular. But why she appeared something like Our Lady of Perpetual Help and Queen of the Angels, I don't know. Maybe time will tell.
Is that a message to us about the power of the angels?
I do believe.
I do
believe so. Definitely, I do believe so. I do believe so.
Finally, if you could just close with a thought to give the viewers out there about, because I mean, part of what you're saying sounds a little scary, but there's also a great hopeful message in it. What should they leave here doing? How can they make a difference?
You know, when I heard the message of Garabandal, when I went to Garabandal for that apparition, you know, I really thought I was going to see St. Michael. That's what I thought. I had this fantasy in my head. But I came back to reality when I heard the message. And I knew, I took it very personal. I felt that the Blessed Mother was talking to me. Like she was saying to me, you have not lived the message as well as you should have or could have. And I knew this was a second chance for me. Well, all the people that are watching this show, if they could just imagine in their own mind, if this was going to be the last day or night that they were going to have on this earth, they have to ask themselves, once I close my eyes here and I step into eternity, how will I be able to face God? Will my act be all cleaned up or not? He'll want to see my hands. Will they be full of good works for his honor and glory and the salvation of souls? Everyone has a job to do. They're on this earth to become saints. God gives us all the graces we need to accomplish this, beginning with the church. I happen to be Catholic. I believe it's the one true faith. I'd give my life for it. But perhaps there'll be others who are not Catholic seeing this. And what I want to say to them is, please, don't be afraid to love the Blessed Mother. You cannot love her more than her own son. And you can't love the son more than the mother. It was not the Pope. It was not the priests. It's not me. It's not nobody on this earth that put the Virgin Mary on a pedestal. It was God the Father. It was his choice. And because she said yes to God the Father, that she was willing to be the mother of the Savior, she deserves the honor and the love. And furthermore, if everyone would just turn to their Bible, to the book of Revelation, we all know that familiar verse. A great sign appeared in the heavens, a woman clothed with the sun, brighter than the sun, the moon at her feet, crown of 12 stars, and she was ready to bring forth the child. But the devil was ready to pounce on this child. But God took up the child and gave the woman safe haven in the desert, and the desert helped her. And what do you think happened then? The devil was so infuriated that he went off and made war with her children. And who are her children? We are her children. How do we know? Because when Jesus hung on the cross, he said, behold your mother. We should not turn away from such a precious gift.
Such a powerful gift.
Powerful.
Obviously a powerful gift.
Love her with all your strength, and don't be afraid that you're going to love her too much. We need our mother more than ever. And she's ready with her heart broken-hearted, her arms open, ready to take us if we let her. She'll teach us the right way. Don't be afraid, and don't be afraid if you fall down, because we're not saints yet. That's the goal. But if we fall down, she's going to pick us up and keep us going. That's what we have to do. That's our mission. And we have to tell everybody, be good, take care of your immortal soul.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. Very good message, very powerful message.
Remember, what you have just seen and heard concerning the events at Garabandal have not been approved by the officials with the Roman Catholic Church. Thank you for watching. I'm Archbishop Hannon.
To order a copy of this program or any other Focus production, call area 504-840-9898 or visit our website, www.focusvideos.com.